5-star offensive lineman Ty Haywood from Mississippi, but hails out of Texas, coming to Tuscaloosa next weekend. Does Alabama have a chance to flip the big fella? Well, he's not really assigned to another team. He's not committed, but he's a heavy Oklahoma lean. Derrick Henry's got a new uniform, and I'm telling you guys, it looks sweet. Tua with some news. And Alabama baseball starts the SEC tournament today. We're going to get into all that right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and share with your friends. And let's get this party started. Here's your invitation to the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel and our shows every day. And I got Big Elmo coming up right after this. What do you say, gang? At Brett Elmore Show on the socials for Big Sexy Elmo. I'm Mick Gillespie at Broadcaster Mick. Great to see all of you guys where you might be hanging out today. Thanks for spending some time with us. And Brett, I want to ask you, man, is it possible? Could Ty Haywood fall in love with Alabama when he's there next weekend? Big 5-star offensive lineman.
Is it possible? Yeah, anything's possible, I guess. But like you say, he's leaning a little toward Oklahoma. Big guy.
They need him, too. They got a terrible offensive line.
Big guy, 6'5", 285, plays at Ryan High School out in Denton, Texas. Good-looking athlete. Looking at some of the junior highlights on him, and seem to have gotten better and better throughout the years, some of the analysts say. And, he's really good, too, at hello?
That's him right there. Hey, he's going to commit to Alabama.
Yeah. He's really good at track and field, too.
Really?
He set a new this past year, he set a new personal record with a shot put. With a 58-6 throw.
Really?
Back just a few months ago in March. But yeah, he'll be in Tuscaloosa coming up at the end of the month. Then he's going to go to A&M. Then he'll go to Oklahoma, and then he'll go to Florida State.
Okay, yeah, it's a big dude. He was a defensive lineman when he was playing in Mississippi. Goes out to Texas, and they're like, "Hey, dude, why don't you move to the offensive side of the ball," right? And then he starts mauling people. It was a slow process, but this is the kind of guy that you want to make comfortable in Tuscaloosa. Anytime you get a 5-star, I know he's leaning towards Oklahoma, but man, he's from Mississippi, and we'll see what happens. But it's worth talking about, and I love to see those guys, those elite prospects, come visit Alabama. And we'll see what happens. So. All right, this is what I've been waiting for, dude. Check this out right here. There he is. Derrick Henry is now a Raven. And I know there's a lot of Titans fans in our audience, but Ozzie Newsome was the GM for the Ravens a long time, was Super Bowl champ. He was a great and he was actually with the organization from when they were the Browns. Yeah. And then came to Baltimore, but my point is this: Alabama has had a presence on that Ravens roster for a long time. Now, I know that there's a ton of, of players from Alabama and on every team, but man, Derrick Henry looks so good in that purple and black, and the way that they run the ball, man, this guy might do a lot of damage if he stays healthy.
And let's remember that Mick is from that area, so
that's my team. That's
your team. That's your team.
That's my crew, man. So, yeah, I love the Ravens, and I'm gonna have to get the jersey. I just don't know any other way to do it.
Are you one of those guys like on Sunday you got to have the jersey on?
If I go somewhere, maybe, or if I go to the game, But
yeah.
I want to wear it on my Elephant in the Room podcast with Jake Coker, just to make him feel more comfortable with me. I figure if I wear that, he'll kind of accept me a little bit more as his, I'm his new running back. You know,
Right.
like
Yeah. Yeah. It would be like, you're trying to gain his acceptance. Okay.
yeah,
I see.
if
I see.
if it's Derrick Henry, I mean, like he loves Derrick Henry, so
Yeah.
and now I love Derrick Henry. We both
That's right. Yeah. Y'all just like y'all both love Derrick Henry together.
Yeah. It's so far. Like, I feel like college football is around the corner, and I feel like the NFL is like way far away. You
Yeah.
know?
It's like moons away from right now.
Yeah.
I don't even, how many days are we down to now until the kickoff of the Bama season? Let's
Like
see.
100 or something. I don't know. You tell me.
102 days.
102. Yeah. It's man, it's coming fast. And to put like the tailgate show together, right? Check out the hat.
That's
Finally got
nice.
a hat. I know some of you guys are gonna want one of these. It's like you start to like think about all the stuff that you have to do to get ready for the tailgate show. I'm like, man, 102 days isn't enough. I'm glad that you're part of the crew this year. That's what I'm happy about.
102 days. Yep. It's going to be here before you know it.
Yeah. Tua is back at practice, but he's looking for a new contract. I don't think he's holding out, but he didn't go to what is it? The voluntary workouts. He's in deep negotiations with Miami. I love Tua. You know, he's probably one of my favorite Alabama players of all time. I can't get enough of him. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great quarterback. Him staying healthy has been a big issue. But I think last year was like the year where we finally saw what he can do.
Where do you rank him and Jake Coker?
Man, both of them are good, man. I mean, like before. Well, look, I'll say this: I thought, and I said it on the
What do you
tailgate
think?
in 2014 that I thought Coker doesn't like he wouldn't want to talk about this, but I thought that they made a mistake not starting him in 2014. I know he
Yeah.
didn't have
Yeah.
a huge 8A game, but I felt like he was the guy you should put in there just because of his arm, and we saw it in 2015. Like when they finally like gave him the job, he was a great quarterback. And think if he would have had a second year to go through that, right?
No, I
Tua's
know.
problem was the difference between those two guys, and I think they were both great college quarterbacks for Alabama, is Tua could make amazing throws and just could do anything with the football, but he just didn't know when to get rid of the football.
Right. Yeah.
And he would get hurt, like, and just take
He was
hits that he didn't need to
injury
take,
prone.
man.
Injury
Yeah, but
prone.
I loved them both, man. But I
But
mean,
you know,
Tua's my guy.
but you know, it's like okay, the headline says he's looking for a new contract. In other words, he's wanting more money. They'll come to terms and everything will be good and it'll be okay. But yeah, Tua, he's playing that game, buddy. Wanting that contract, want a little more cash, want a little better deal, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know what was going to happen with his career though.
Uh,
And I'm so glad that they put some talent behind them. Tyreek Hill, obviously Jalen Waddle,
yeah,
the good offensive line. Because
yeah,
when you give him protection, Tua's a fantastic quarterback.
right. But you
So,
need to
and
protect him because you could break that kid in half.
yeah, right. He's the best quarterback Miami's had since Dan Marino,
Yeah,
but he's still got a ways to go. And a big part of that is staying healthy. So,
yeah.
but two guys I love, Derrick Henry and Tua. Wish them the very best as they move forward. All right, Brett, it's time for your part of the show here when you tell us what's going on today in history.
All right, today
Well, hold
is
on. Did I say that Bama's playing South Carolina today in baseball, game 2 of the SEC tournament?
no, you did not.
All right, I just did. All right, now
Okay,
go.
there you go. Thanks. All right, today is May 21st, 2024. Today is Al Franken's birthday. He's 73. Used to be on SNL, former U.S. Senator from
Yeah,
Minnesota.
he's a great writer, Al Franken,
Yeah, he is.
and he was really good on SNL, writer there, and then eventually on the show, and then he was in the Senate and he got canceled. Like
Yeah,
he made like some kind of photo with somebody like that was, that they were
yeah.
sleeping and they didn't know. I don't know, but we've never seen him again. Like it was like he got canceled. It was like his own friends canceled him, and then we
Right.
just we never saw him
I
again.
never saw him again.
Gone.
Anyway, he's 73 today. Guess who turned 72 today?
Who's that?
I pity the fool.
Mr. T?
Mr. T.
Man, I love Mr. T.
Yeah.
I had the Mr. T. Well, my friend had the Mr. T doll, but I might have borrowed it a few times.
You
Yeah,
kept
like
stealing your friend's Mr. T
I
doll.
did, man. Do you remember when Mr. T wasn't Mr. T was obviously like of A-Team fame, which was a great show
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in the day. It was like part of the Friday night lineup. You know, it was like Dukes of Hazzard, A-Team, and Dallas
Yeah.
at my grandparents' house. But Mr. T was like the star of the show. B.A.
Oh, yeah.
Baracus, man. He was awesome. He's the Rocky 3 is my favorite Rocky because he is the villain in there. You know, he's the boxer that Rocky has to beat. He played the role perfectly. I want to say he was like a G.I. Joe figure. Like the
Yeah.
guy was larger than life. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing about Mr. T is he was a bouncer. Do you know this? He was a bouncer in Chicago. And Sylvester Stallone was looking for like the guy he was going to fight in the next Rocky movie after, you know, he had fought Carl Lewis, right? Was it Carl Lewis or Carl Willis?
Probably Carl Willis.
Yeah.
Carl Lewis, was he
He's the
running
track
track?
guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Willis. And who was awesome as Apollo Creed, right? So then he sees this guy and they end up making a star out of him. So
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone really kind of discovered Hulk Hogan and Mr. T with Rocky movies. That Rocky 3 movie was enormous. And both
Yeah.
of those guys had skyrocketing careers after being a part of the movie. Because remember, Hogan was in there as well. He was part of the thing. But I love Mr. T. And, you know, he had this, remember, he had the old sneakers, but he had all the chains.
The chains.
I pity the fool.
Yeah, he's like, I pity the fool. His
He
real
was
name
in
is
the first
Lawrence
two
Tarode.
WrestleManias, too.
Yeah. Real name is Lawrence Tarode, I think. So anyway, today's his birthday. Also on the calendar, Ronald Isley of the Isley Brothers, 83 today.
What are they?
And
Not sure
and
about that.
let's see, Stan Lynch, former drummer of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, 69.
Yeah, you were playing Tom Petty on your show when I was driving home yesterday, and
Yeah.
Tom Petty's awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's just a cool dude. He just plays the music still stands. My favorite Tom Petty story, Baron Huber told me this, you know, fullback from 09. He's a good buddy of mine. He said that he listens to the Tom Petty station on XM.
Mm-hmm.
And then Stevie Nicks was on there. And I guess she wanted to be a member of the Heartbreakers. And and Tom Petty's like, there's no broads in the Heartbreakers.
There's no broads, no room for broads in here.
That's like when he was alive. He's not even alive anymore. She's out touring. And Mike Johnson has a daughter named Stevie. It has to be named after Stevie Nicks. I haven't asked him, but it has to be. She is. I think she has the best voice of any female singer that I've ever heard.
Yeah, she's really good. If you're looking for something to celebrate today's International Tea Day.
We just talked about Mr. T.
I'm talking about the drink.
I thought you were talking about Pity the Fool.
No, the drink.
Are you a sweet tea guy? You're a sweet tea guy. You love it, man.
I love sweet tea.
I know you love some sweet tea.
I love some sweet tea. Today is National Strawberries and Cream Day.
I'm a big strawberries and cream. I got these Dr. Peppers, strawberry and cream Dr. Peppers.
Oh, I'm seeing those. Are they
thumbs up? Thumbs up. Yeah, they're great.
Today is National Talk Like Yoda Day.
See, that's when you're getting way off the reservation with these things. You know, it's like, hey, it's National Autism Day, or it's like, you know, National like Mow Your Grass Day or something. But now we're talking like Yoda, and well, do your impression. Do your impression.
I
talk like know. Me. You do.
No, I talk like Yoda Day. That is
talk like Yoda. You do.
So all day today, you got to talk like Yoda.
I do love Yoda
and be cool. On this date, a very great organization was founded, and it's also a day for them today too. 1881, the American Red Cross was founded by Clara Barton.
Yeah, just great stuff, man. I was spent yesterday at the American Legion in Fairhope, post 199. We're trying to rebuild the building that they have. It's going to be like $5 million, and I was there, and I'm just kind of thinking of ideas, and I just want to see him do it, man. And it's because when Sally came and none of us had power or food or any of that stuff, because everything was obviously out because of Sally. There were people, man, Red Cross, them, giving out food and taking care of all the workers that had to, cut up the trees and help people fix their houses and everything else. What makes our country great is that doesn't matter where you come from, what you look like, we pull together when it's time to pull together. And the Red Cross is part of helping us do that.
Yeah, it's a great organization, and it was founded this day. 1917, actor Raymond Burr is born. He was Perry Mason,
Yeah.
He was
a little before my time, Brett, but yeah.
Yeah, great actor.
My grandmother loved him, though.
Everyone's grandmother loved Perry Mason. That's why I bring it up today.
Graham.
This is more along your lines. 1972, the Notorious B.I.G., a.k.a. Biggie Smalls.
Dude, I love Biggie.
On this day.
And I love Biggie Smalls, man. I mean, I do love Biggie Smalls. When I was a kid, we moved to New Jersey, and we lived right across the river from New York, and that was when rap was kind of, really turning into something,
Right.
And I just imagine Biggie being on the corner and just lyrically chopping up his enemies and friends, and that's what we used to do at the bus stop. We just make fun of each other all the time. So when I had my first show at on WVUA, the radio station at the University of Alabama, Biggie Smalls, that was my opening. Yeah, it was.
That's great.
Yeah, I love it. Man, he had the best
I can hear
beats.
Biggie Smalls coming on, and then a young Mick. He's like, "Hey, everybody."
Yeah, high-pitched voice.
Yeah.
No style at all. But I had a hell of an open because of Biggie,
That's
man.
right. Can't beat my open.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, 1979, former San Francisco city supervisor Dan White was convicted of voluntary manslaughter in the killings of Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk. At his trial, White's defense lawyers argued that what has now become known as the Twinkie defense, that their client had been irrational when he committed the murders because he ate too much junk food.
Yeah, I remember Harvey Milk. Man, this life is this short, you know? And if you just got to stay as far away from crazy as you can.
So if you see some guy eating a Twinkie, just know that guy may kill you later.
Get away.
Get away. Run far away. The junk food syndrome, I can probably relate to that. Now, I mean, if I didn't have my junk food, if I didn't have my Twinkie, I may get a little ornery, okay? not enough to kill anyone, though.
No. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Let Brett talk about WJLX real quick. Do it, Brett.
6 to 10 a.m. Join me in the mornings, WJLX1015.com, all the major streaming apps.
Yeah, do it there. And also, don't forget, we're brought to you by newlifeart.com. Promo code Bama Tailgate. 25% off all the classics.
The greatest hits.
All the greatest hits. Take advantage of it. Use that promo code. Take advantage of it. You want your man cave to be pimped out like this? Take advantage of that. You don't get many 25% off codes. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Love all of you guys for being here, and roll tide, everybody. We'll do it again tomorrow.